Monday Outdoors, Seaduck here, and we're down to 2 months till duck season, and today we're going to be working with our dog. She's not the best dog in the world, but she gets the job done, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a minute. The first thing we're going to work on today, as I start every one of my training sessions, I guess you would say, is we're going to work on sit, stay, and heel. You can pretty much do anything you want to do just off of that. And this is how I do it. Heel, 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 sit, heel, 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 sit, heel, sit, sit. She's pretty rusty from last season. We pretty much let them be dogs during the summer, so we're going to start adding in the whistle now to see how well she remembers that, and we'll see how that goes. Stay. Heel. Heel. Sit. Stay. 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 I'm going to try to stop her on her way to me this time. Heel. Sit. 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 And I hardly ever have to shock her. Most of the time I just give her a bit of a tone, and she does exactly what I tell her to. But there's still a lot to work out before hunting season gets here. Stay. Stay. Sit. Good. Good. Here. Good. And we'll send her on a little bit of a retrieve to get her amped back up, I guess. Sit. 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 Down. it up. Hey, fetch it up. Here, here. Good girl. Sit. She's gotten a little rusty. Just a little. She's gotten to where if I make any sudden movement, she wants to take off. Last year, toward the end of the season, she got to the point where she would be standing under the ducks before I'd even shot. She's an extremely fast dog. Get out of that. But we're just going to keep working with her and get her ready. She knows what she's doing. She's just been out of the loop for a while. Heel. Sit. Stay. Sit. Sit. Still. Sit. Still. Good girl. I never, if she drops it short like that, I never walk out there and get it. I always make her go back out. That helps her get out of that habit of wanting to drop it, and sometimes it gets really annoying. And now she wants to chase the leash. Sit. I'm going to give her a short one because she seems like she's getting a little tired, so we're about to have to take a little break. Sit. Stay. Still. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. And it must be pretty muddy off the bank right there, and that's the reason why she's slowing down right there. We'll do a fun one. Hey, 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 hey. Right here. Good girl. She's getting better as time goes on, but anytime you're working with a dog, it's nothing but time consuming and extreme dedication. This has to be an everyday thing, at least for 15-20 minutes a day. I would suggest that at least 4 times a day. Heel. Sit. Sit. Stay. Heel. 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 Sit. Go. Right here. 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 Good girl. She's not trained by no means to be a competition dog or anything like that. She's more or less trained to do pretty much the job that it entails. I trained her by myself for about a year before she finally was ready to go hunting. When I finally got her out there with live birds, we had another little challenge go on with that. Last year was her first very good season, but this year I hope to make it better, because when you're hunting out there in big open water for sea ducks, redheads, canvasback, long-tailed ducks, all those, it's really a pain in the butt to have to unanchor the boat, go chase them down, especially sea ducks, the scoters. They are extremely tough, extremely tough. I've wasted a whole box of shells on just one. We won't talk about that much, but it's extremely helpful to have a dog that can just jump out of the boat and swim out there for you. Because usually when you get to doing something out there, you'll have just wads and wads and wads of ducks come through there, and it's annoying, heartbreaking almost. Heel. Sit. Sit. Another thing she's having problems with is that this is her first time ever being in this area. Anytime you take a dog to a new area, they always want to check everything out. We spent the first 30 minutes here of her just walking around. Apparently there's a lot of other people that come out here because there's a lot of garbage and stuff around, so she has to go by, sniff it all, wants to mark her territory. So that's another thing I'm having an issue with right now. But usually in the backyard, she's almost spot on. But we're not always going to be in the backyard, and we're not always going to be in the same areas. Big open water. She shouldn't, as long as she gets to where she can do it a time or two, I mean, there's nothing really around us for her to see to have any pinpoints or anything like that would put her in an uncomfortable place after the first couple of times. Right now we're out here at Catfish Lake in New Bern, North Carolina, and she is definitely interested in everything that's going on. But I'm gonna let her have a quick break, and we'll be back. Want some water? Yeah. Well, don't knock your bowl over, crackerhead. Yeah, that's right. My dog gets filtered water from the refrigerator. They're subjected to so many different things that can make them sick, and I just don't. Nope. So now we're going to work on retrieves a little bit. This is something this dog absolutely loves to do. Sitting in a boat, not necessarily her favorite thing, but it's just part of it, I guess. She does doubles pretty well, but I only brought one bumper with me today, so we're just going to work with it and just to get her a little bit of practice. Come on. Hello? Hey. Sit. Sit. She's got a really bad tendency of taking off before I tell her to, and that's more or less what I'm going to work on right now. Stay. 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 Sit. Sit. I'm going to make her sit before I tell her to go, because she gets way too anxious. Delta. Mercy, you're making waves at the bait. Okay. Wanna go again? Heel. Heel. Sit. Sit. Patience is the #1 thing when it comes to her. She's a pretty uppity dog about everything. So even by me just raising my shotgun in the air, she takes off. So we've been working on that in the yard and starting to move out to places she's never been to, and that's the biggest thing, is to keep taking them to places somewhere they've never been, work with them. Then eventually they'll get used to, oh, well, now we're here, now we're here, now we're here. Sit. 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 Delta. That time she didn't want to sit. I gave her a tone. Normally that worked. It didn't. So I moved it up to vibrate. She still didn't want to sit. So I just give her a quick little nick on the lowest setting that I have. And she sat. Heel. Heel. Sit. Sit. Stay. Stay. Good. I tried to tell her good and she took off. But she gets the job done. Nevertheless, she gets the job done. And you'll see in 2 months, when duck season comes around, that she'll do it. It's like she knows the difference between when it's not duck season and when it is duck season. But dove season's next month, so that's when she'll start getting live bird action. Come on, fetch it up. Good, good. Good. Shake it off. Shake it off. Instead of on me this time. Gonna do another one, or are you getting tired? Huh? Huh? Gonna do another one, or are you getting tired? Sit. Sit. I'll give you a short one. I'm gonna throw one next to the bank this time. The reason why I'm gonna do this is because I don't want her to run down the bank. I want her to get into the water and go get it. A lot of dogs are made fun of that, so I've just trained her that way. So, let's see. Here. I'm going to move out of camera just a little bit. Here. Sit. 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 I'm going to try to throw it into the camera. Stay. Delta. That's exactly what you want them to do. You want them to take a straight path, straight to where you want them, straight to the bird. That's always the shortest path. But the biggest thing is you don't, especially with hunting with other people, you don't want them just taking off at the drop of a hat when you raise your shotgun up before you even shoot the first time, because then you run into the risk of your dog getting shot. Sit. Stay. She's getting the hang of it. Delta. And a lot of you are probably watching, well, that's not how you train a dog. That's just how I do it. I don't get too fancy with it. I'm not here to win competitions. I'm here to get ducks in the boat. She's a really good dog for what she is. She's the first ever dog I trained completely by myself off of YouTube, watching it every day, working with her every day. And she gets the job done. I mean, that's all I want. If I can have her mark a few birds, go get them for me, bring them back, that's all I really want. I'm not here to win competitions. Sit. Still. You can tell the water's pretty shallow, so I'm really trying to chunk that thing absolutely as far as I can. There's only so far you can throw a bumper before your arm goes with it. Come on. Here. I got a couple more tricks up my sleeve. Won't necessarily be able to do them today, but maybe in the next video when I'm training her I will be able to. I like to simulate the fact that when I throw this out there, the fact that sometimes they're wounded, they can't fly, but they can swim pretty well. They can flop around, and it can really disorient a dog. And if I could talk right, I'll finish it. And basically, I want to simulate a duck trying to run away from her. Eventually, with that, we'll move. Especially being in waves out there in the big water, that duck will come up with the wave. She'll see it, then it'll come back down, and then she won't see it. So that's a big problem. So I like to simulate a duck running away from her, get her a little disoriented, and then we'll move on to waves, that sort of thing. Right now, after the hurricane, the beach that I'd like to take her to is still closed, and also there was some a lot of people that don't care about public land and things of that sort. So they really destroyed it right after the hurricane because they felt like they can do anything they wanted to do, and it just ruined it for the rest of us. So we're waiting for that to get back open. I don't necessarily want her on the beach type waves. That's a little too big. She enjoys it out there, but it's not good for training purposes. So we may end up having to go out on the boat for that. Eventually we'll have to start working out of the boat because that's where she'll be. There's some places, I'll do puddle duck hunting every now and then as far as mallards, widgeon, pintail, all that goes. Mostly sea ducks though, because that's kind of my thing. Hence the name that I'm called Seaduck, as everybody else calls me. Sit. We go again. Sit. From this point on, now that I've already vibrated and it didn't work and she didn't sit, I'll tone her and then I'll give her a little nick on the very lowest possible setting. This collar, it does not bother her at all. She's usually jumping into my lap when I'm trying to put it on her because she knows. And I was trying to distract her, but she took off anyway. So we'll work on it. We'll get it. We'll get it. Don't worry. We'll get it. Bring it. I need me one of those dummy launchers that launch at about 200 yards or so. See how well she does with that, but those things get expensive. Sit. That kind of right there doesn't bother me too much because she'll be in a boat. Usually when she gets to the edge of it, she'll just kind of wait and sit there. But sometimes if we get too excited as the hunters, she gets way too excited and over the side she goes. And she did it again. That's all right, I'm telling you, we'll get it better. I was kind of trying to give it time for the dummy to float out a little bit. Have her watch it. Because you never know. Sometimes ducks, they'll come right up in there. You'll shoot 2 or 3 of them. They'll get up, make a big circle, and come right back. If they do that, you don't want your dog running out there in the middle of it. Not necessarily because it'll scare the ducks away, but necessarily she could get shot. And that's the name of the game. Don't get your dog shot. Sit. 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 Here. 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 Heel. Sit. Still. Kind of disoriented her a little bit there. Here in a minute, what I may do is I may use this grass right here and hide it where she can't see me. That's another good purpose of a dog. If a duck goes down in the trees, woods, or anything, they can sniff it out. And she does okay with the bumper, but with real ducks, she will find them almost every single time. And she snorts when she swims. I have no idea why. She's done that since she was born. Shake it off. 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 Leave it. Leave it. Sit. Sit. Stay. 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 I'm going to hide it over here in these bushes, and then I'll turn the camera this way, and we'll see if she can find it. Move the camera over a little bit. We'll see if she can find it. Good bird, good bird. Hey, sit. Hey, 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 sit. Back. Find it. Find it. Find it. Find it. Back. Find it. Find it. Find it. Hey, find it. Find it. He's looking awfully hard. Find it. Hey, find it. 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 Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good. Telling you, folks. Piece of fishing strength. Sorry. You can't do it to bumper very well because that rubber doesn't have very much scent. She can do anything I need her to do with just a little bit of practice. Y'all remember to hit that like and subscribe button. And this is Seaduck, and we'll see you next time. Y'all keep it cool on a stool.